Bachi 2007 back at you with another one. We're going to take another look at Unusuallybree, the TikTok therapist, to let you know that men who she first deems as having mental health problems are also dusty bees. We looked at in a previous video her basically confessing to why she's the way she is. We have her in one of her videos basically talking about the background that we can extrapolate leads to her being the way she is, and basically her admitting that she has unhealed traumas, yet and still she's trying to be the paragon of repairing other people's traumas and identifying to them in very aggressive manner and very sexually salacious manner, as we can see here, and we'll see continually in the video we're going to watch today, what their problems are, yet she clearly has not dealt with hers. We're going to talk about accountability and kind of a low moral values and the lost value system and how that leads to the loss or the lack of her professional accountability. Let's start with this video and then we'll get into it more.
I am completely and utterly baffled at the fact that me being a mental health professional and telling y'all to be sluts is just so groundbreaking. No one has ever affirmed that you can go bust that shit wide open and still be an okay person. Nobody affirmed for you that you can be the biggest slut that you want and still be okay. No.
So we're already off to a bad start. The promotion of low-grade culture, the promotion of slut culture, and the notions of using your body, allowing yourself to be used in a way as just a pleasure tool for other people, and not living a life that is that's of substance, and where your interactions are substantive interactions, yet are instead just aesthetically pleasing or based on material interchange and exchange. She's already lost the plot, and we're going to look and see and understand some other things about how that plays into one's life. But before we get further into it, if you would just mind giving me a subscribe and a like if you enjoy the content here, and also comment at the end of the video, and stick around and look at what else we have. We'll get more into those things later, but let's listen to a little bit more, then we're going to investigate this issue further.
No one ever affirmed for you that you can bust it wide, bust it wide, bust it wide for a little bit of strange change if you wanted to, because that's your motherfucking prerogative. No one ever affirmed for you that you don't gotta fuck. Nobody ever affirmed for you that you don't have to entertain the dust mites out here in the street. Nobody ever affirmed for you that if you choose.
So we have the promotion of not just slut culture, but of becoming a sexual worker. This is, again, what you get with many in the so-called therapy community. And while we have to watch closely and look at where we're going and to whom we're going to for therapy. She's saying, based on her authority as a therapist, that she affirms that it's fine to both engage in slut culture and to be a prostitute. It's fine to do whatever for some quote-unquote change. And the basis of this is that she is a licensed therapist, therefore she has the authority. This is a false appeal to authority, that she has the authority to affirm this. And it's also a notion that this is where the whole situation of expertise gets called into question in our society, where true expertise gets denigrated because false expertise is put forward. She has no authority, no anything that puts her in a position. Just because she has a license as a clinical therapist, she is of no authority or no quality to affirm anything in regards to moral standards or codes of conduct. And we can see that how she's demonstrating and displaying herself as a professional, doing more stripper dances, shaking and wobbling her booty in these tight booty shorts, the vulgarity with which she conducts herself in public forum continually, then it bleeds over or is just a symptom or a sign of the lack of professional standards that she will then show later when she insults her patient population, which is well below the professional standard of a clinical professional. So further to her point that it doesn't matter, I want us to look at this article, that it doesn't matter how much sex you have or what you do, this, that, and the other. Let me get the whole title into the screen first. New study claims, this is from 2014, it was new at the time. New study claims that people who've had more sexual partners report unhappy marriages. I'm going to pull that back out for a particular reason because as we scroll down, we don't need a bunch of other stuff in the screen. All right, so here it goes. A widely reported new study claims that people, especially women, who have multiple sexual partners before tying the knot, report unhappier marriages down the line. The study comes to us from the National Marriage Project, based off of research from two University of Denver professors, all right, who looked at relationship data collected from 2007 to 2008 of 1,000 unmarried Americans aged 18 to 34. During the following 5 years, 418 of the participants got married. So Rhodes Stanley took a closer look at the marriages to see if factors including participants' sexual past played a role in current marriage quality, couple relationship quality measured. So this is the measurement tool. Let's get to the results. According to the researchers, the 23% of participants who only had sex with their spouse prior to getting hitched reported higher quality marriages versus those who had other partners, other sexual partners as well. They claim this finding is especially true for women. Writing in the report, we further found that the more sexual partners a woman had before marriage, the less happy she reported her marriage to be. Why? Because when women are constantly engaging in sexual activity with different men, they are pair bonding with these different men. And the more they get into this, the more they lose that ability to pair bond with the person they're with. Furthermore, they develop a taste for sexual variety. And once having developed that taste for sexual variety, it's hard to shake that taste. It doesn't easily just go away. So it's hard to just then be with one person continually when they have become so accustomed to the variety of multiple people. Let's look at some more of Bree's videos.
It appears a man has entered the chat. And you're wrong. Let's explore why. So let's see what we got here. So off on this one. I usually rock with you, but this isn't the lead reason why older men are single. But hey, go off. So I'm gonna go off. You know, since you asked so nicely, I'm gonna go off.
Look at this crazy. This is your therapist. This is your therapist doing stripper dances. And she purports to give clinical therapeutic services or clinical therapeutic information. This is her.
Off on this one. I usually rock with you, but this isn't the lead reason why older men are single. But hey, go off. So I'm gonna go off. You know, since you asked so nicely, I'm gonna go off. Men are so stubborn that even a Psychology Today article that is conducted by actual researchers, you still want to argue. These aren't my words. These are the articles of research.
So we just gave statistics. We just gave research information that demonstrates that women behaving in the way that she so-called affirmed that it's okay to behave based on her authority as a therapist or false authority, her appeal to false authority, which is one of the number of logical fallacies that are out there, that she claims that it's perfectly fine to go out and have as many sexual partners as you want to. But if you ever want to be married and in a committed relationship with someone, actually that behavior is shown by research to be especially problematic for women to engage in because of the variety for one and the pair bonding for the other. They will not be used to or not be able to conform to being just with one person the more and more bodies they accumulate. But she doesn't care about research when it goes against her feminist, do as you feel, whatever's your pleasure, follow your pleasure, lost value system way of thinking and her cultural values that are degenerated in this way. That this is not a woman who is interested in being a traditional woman or being a family woman or finding that sort of bonding with somebody. It's about pleasure now and pleasure today only. And so that's fine if that's the life you want to live. But then if you live that life, you can't expect to be with someone who is not looking for that life. If someone is looking for a wife And this is what we have out here. This is the person giving the advice. This is the person that women are following. Then how do men, the very black men that she insults constantly in her videos, who she puts all of the female relationship blame on, who are we finding to have these emotionally, intellectually expanded conversations with? Women like this, women who go online for a bunch of attention, do low rent stripper dates, and who encourage other women to go sleep with everything under the sun and then want to come to us with their traumas. And we're supposed to just absorb all of their trauma and just take it as they give it. So now this is the aftermath, right? This is a couple days after she finally got fired. And before she was fired, when she was in limbo, she had been reported and she had been called in for a meeting and she knew it was under consideration that she might be fired. She came out and she apologized for the way she spoke and what she had done in her videos and for her offenses towards men. But then let's come back and see what she does here after the fact, after she's been fired. Let's see this accountability.
Hey guys, firstly I want to say thank you guys so much for the overwhelming support in all of this, but I want to just like hit a couple points really quick to just like help you guys understand better what's going on. So long story short, I posted some stuff on Monday, was literally fired on Friday, telling people to go to therapy. And a lot of people got upset and attempted to hurt me, but I want you guys to understand that you didn't just hurt me.
Let's start with the lack of accountability that we already have here. Her framing it as she just told people to go to therapy. She knows that's a lie. You know that's a lie. We all know that's a lie. What she did is singled out a certain group of people based on their race and gender, said they were somehow psychologically and emotionally deficient. And then her way of helping as a clinical professional, her way of helping those folks who she identified and deemed were psychologically deficient, and she deemed them so solely based on their race gender combination. Her way of dealing with those people was to call them dusty bitches. That's what a clinical psychologist, that's how she treats her patient population. Again, this is well below the ethical standards of a professional clinician.
I may have lost my employment, but all of the clients that I've had that I've spent 2, 3, 4, 5 years with establishing therapeutic rapport now no longer have a therapist.
Yes, they will. They will just have a different therapist than you and a better therapist. And for the men, one who is not dangerous to them as you are, because you do not have their well-being in mind. You see them as lesser beings who are to be attacked and who are some kind of enemy of who you are, because this is the black feminist ideology of the day, that black men are the enemy and black women are to overcome them and to dominate them.
The people that I was serving have very severe mental disorders.
As does she, which is why she shouldn't be treating them. And we're seeing it here as she breaks down.
Severe abandonment issues. Some of them don't even have parents. Some of them have just recently come down, and I was helping them process cancer diagnoses. So while you guys did this shit for clicks and views, my clients lost a support system.
No, they gained one. When they fired you and reassigned them, they didn't lose anything. They got reassigned to better, probably more qualified and more mentally stable therapists, so they might actually be able to get some help. And then the further issue here is getting back to this accountability. While you guys did this for likes and clicks, when in fact we have her whole page of her doing this for likes and clicks, her shaking like a stripper for likes and clicks, her calling men dusty bitches and dressing half naked for likes and clicks. This is for likes and clicks right here. Then we did this, so whoever called her job, it isn't what she did. There's no accountability on her part. She was sorry in one video. I think there's another one. I'm not going to go find it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But there was another video after she got fired when she laughed about, she said, yeah, I'm calling you dusty bitches again. And she laughed some more. This was after she had apologized for it, which shows that she never meant the apology. It was just a way of her trying to keep her position. She's completely unaccountable for anything. She is scolding people for what she did, which is act a fool for likes and clicks. And the outcomes of her lack of professionalism and her substandard to the standard of being a clinical professional, her substandard behavior that caused her to get fired, and whatever losses that any of her clients may have had are all as a result of her actions she puts on other people. And again, this goes back to the first thing, the same value system or lost value system that she holds that allows her to be okay with promoting slut culture, promoting sex work, promoting self-denigration. It's the same moral and personal decay that allows her to come out in the public with no with a lack of gall and just be willing to violate her professional standards. The her violation of her professional ethics is just part and parcel, or is symptomatic of her lack of personal moral values, and then it just demonstrates itself on the professional level. So we taking another look here, getting more into the psychology of this therapist, psychologist, whatever have you, and getting to just understand it more. Maybe we'll take another look again, or maybe we'll be done with her foolishness after this one. But if you will, again, give me a like, subscribe, click the notification bell, all that good stuff, and we'll check you on the next one.